Good morning, United fans all over the world. This is Rock and David, and we're here to bring you stories of Casemiro and how he was surprised by a certain coach at Manchester United. Then Sabitzer is pushing in for a permanent stay at Manchester United, and then Marcus Rashford has gone ahead to undergo what we call a scan that is going to be revealed anytime from now of how long he's really going to be out of action for a very long time. I mean, it's him coming in and really posting on Instagram that he has a lot left in his tank, but we don't really believe that he really has a lot left in his tank as far as him is concerned. But it shows you that he's really so much positive about this game of football, and he believes that this injury is not going to keep him out for long. Welcome to United Matters channel, guys. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. So today is really a very fantastic day. It's Easter Monday, obviously another public holiday in here into the entire world. I think it's Easter Monday, and you know what it is. And yesterday was Easter, we enjoyed it, and teams like Liverpool drew with Arsenal 1-1. United teams that were really close to it also went ahead to win the game of football that they were really playing. Spurs winning against Brighton by 2-1, though Brighton I think was really robbed a little bit by VAR. Then Newcastle found themselves in a position of winning against a side. Then Newcastle found themselves winning against a known as Brentford away, and obviously they got in those points in. So it has put us in a situation that United is all ready to do the needful for the team of United is into the contention to really go into the Champions League positions, and we are already there with 3 points ahead of Spurs, and Spurs has gone ahead to play 1 game ahead of us, meaning that if we win our game have in hand, obviously we are going to be how many points? We're going to be 6 points clear of Tottenham Hotspur. So yesterday's result of Arsenal versus Liverpool ending 2-2 has gone ahead to see Liverpool having 40. They're having 43 points, and United is now 12 points ahead of Liverpool. So it shows you how we've gone ahead to really solidify that position, and Liverpool needs to see United lose 4 games for them to come in through into contention to find themselves in a position of really getting us out of that position, which is going to be so hard. If you are asked of the 2 teams, which team is going to lose more games, I think it's going to be Liverpool, not Manchester United. With the return of Casemiro, Ericsson, Anton Marcel, Garnacho on the way, guys, I think we are ready to go at Manchester United. So let's get into this Sabitzer story being brought to us by Peter O'Rourke of the Foot Insider, that Marcel Sabitzer is pushing to stay at Manchester United. All parties are keen to complete negotiations quickly. Bayern are open to let Sabitzer leave if their 25 to 30 million pounds asking price is met. That is Peter O'Rourke, transfer correspondent for the Foot Insider. If you've watched Sabitzer's games from the quarterfinals of the FA Cup when you're playing Fulham, followed by the game we played away at Newcastle and lost 2-0. Then the game we played against Brentford, where he put in an assist for Marcus Rashford to score his 28th goal of the season. Then on Saturday, on how he played against Everton, it shows you that he is impressing and obviously pushing to stay at the club of Manchester United. Thomas Tuchel, the permanent manager of Bayern Munich, looks like he is not interested in him anymore, but you never know, a turnaround might be made in the pre-season. But obviously Sabitzer just wants to come to Manchester United. It's a dream of him come true. Remember when he was playing for RB Leipzig during COVID in 2020, when they came at Old Trafford and went to beat them 5-1. Sabitzer in the post-match interview said he has always dreamed playing at Old Trafford, and this time round, after dreaming playing at Old Trafford, he played just 1 game without fans. This time round, God has made it happen for him. He returns at Manchester United, has gone ahead to play very many games at Old Trafford, and even scored his first goal for Manchester United at Old Trafford, created his first assist for Manchester United at Old Trafford in the presence of close to 76,000 fans onto the field of play. So it's really keeping him going, and he wants to stay. The other factor that shows that Sabitzer wants to stay is that he forewent playing for his national team, I think against Latvia, because he had a simple knock in his knee, and he told Ralf Rangnick, please, I have lots of things to tussle it out of Manchester United. Having scored my first goal against Fulham, I think my reign at Old Trafford is starting under Erik ten Hag. I need to really not play as a precaution, such that when I return to Old Trafford or Carrington next week as we prepare for Newcastle, I'll be a fully fit man. And obviously, he has gone ahead to start all of those games. He started against Fulham, he started against Newcastle, he started against Brentford, he started against Everton. He has been playing a minimum or an average of close to 75 minutes in all those games. But the big question is, how is he going to find himself into the team of United when Eriksen and Casemiro are back with Bruno Fernandes present? That is another huge question that Sabitzer needs to answer. But I think his qualities have gone ahead to really show Erik ten Hag that he has a lot more in his tank. And I believe with United playing 2 games per week, this month we have 9 games. I remember telling you the 9 games you're having in April, and as the table looks, as the fixture really looks, we are left with, so far that we are done with how many? With 3, meaning that we are left with 6 in the month of April. And on Thursday we are playing Sevilla at Old Trafford. Then later we will play Nottingham Forest away on Sunday. Then we will go ahead and really play away at Sevilla 20th April. Then we play the semi-finals of the FA Cup away at Wembley. Then Tottenham Hotspur will be the second last game of April, and the last game of April will be Aston Villa, meaning that we are left with 1, 2, 3, 4. We are left with 6 games to play, meaning that it has really put us in a situation of calling in for the service of people like Sabitzer, because Eriksen returning from injury, I know he has gone ahead to rest a lot, but Ten Hag cannot really give him a lot of games because he knows that he needs to play him sparingly such that he doesn't get back to the sick bay. However, Mike is not an injury-prone player, but they need to share minutes, meaning that Sabitzer has gone ahead to use this spell very well. That has seen him not play with either Casemiro or Eriksen. So as it stands, Sabitzer is really pushing for a permanent United stay, and I would love to see him play in that midfield when he's either playing with Casemiro in double pivot or playing ahead of Casemiro and Eriksen as a central attack midfielder, as Bruno is playing wide left or wide right according to what is happening. So Sabitzer is pushing for a permanent United stay, and the price, £25 million to £30 million. Getting a quality player like Sabitzer, that amount of money, is an absolute steal, and I think he'll be a very good squad player. And the good thing with Sabitzer, even if you bring him in as a squad player, he can really go ahead and really push, all unsaid competition against Bruno Fernandes and Eriksen that are playing into those 2 positions of the midfield. That is Sabitzer for you. He has gone ahead to show to it that he has a very good shot, and he finds himself on target most of the times. He's played as a central attack midfielder. Even when he was played from the playing position of the midfield, Sabitzer just went ahead to really be on the groove, and obviously he's firing all cylinders at Manchester United. Now, after that, let's do what we call Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford is another player of Manchester United that really got injured when you're playing Everton, and he walked off the field of play. Now, we've been told the following by Mike McGrath of the Football Reporter at the Daily Telegraph that Marcus Rashford has undergone a scan on his groin injury. That's it. So, after undergoing a scan, as reported by Mark McGrath, then Neil Curtis, a correspondent of United for The Sun, confirmed to us that Manchester United will learn the full extent of Marcus Rashford's injury on Monday. That is today. He's likely to be absent from Thursday's UEFA Europa League quarter-final first leg at Old Trafford against Sevilla on Thursday. Now, I think as we reach midday today, we'll be knowing the fate of Marcus Rashford's injury and how long it's going to keep him out. But it's expected that he's going to miss out the game of Thursday, and I think even that of Sunday away at Nottingham Forest. He's not going to be playing in there for you. So this is how the presence of Sabitzer helps us in this game. One will ask, how? Let me give you how we are going to line up without Marcus Rashford, because I believe Casemiro is returning on Thursday and Sunday. He's going to be there, meaning that Erik ten Hag now has a chance to test his new system of how he's going to be playing. I believe he can play Eriksen and Casemiro in the double pivot. Then he plays Sabitzer as a central attacking midfielder. Then he plays Bruno Fernandes either wide right or left, any of those. I believe if you get Bruno Fernandes and you play him into that Rashford position, he can get you a lot of things. We know it. He has proven that he can play that side very well. And Sabitzer can also play into that position very well. So they can keep interchanging with Bruno. Bruno sometimes cuts inside, and then Sabitzer goes to the wide left or right, depending on where Bruno Fernandes is being played. So I believe the presence of Sabitzer is going to help us a lot, because if you don't have Sabitzer, that means you'll go in for Sancho, and you won't be having a lot of power onto the bench. I'm one of those believers that has went ahead to see to it that Sancho is really trying to get back to the levels we know him about. The previous 2 games he has played for Manchester United, he has started into the game of Brentford, he started in the game of Everton, and you never know, the manager might even start him in the game of Sevilla on Thursday. But that doesn't really put us off from the importance of Sabitzer in this squad. Even if Sancho starts, that means we are having some huge players off the bench, and I think even without Marcus Rashford, we can go ahead and really do these games. You get Sevilla at home, Nottingham away, then Sevilla away. You know, if Rashford can be rested for 2 weeks and then he returns, because he'll be lucky enough, as a groin injury almost takes to a month for a player to get back, I think we can really go past these games without Rashford. I think I would love to see Rashford return in the game of Brighton when you're playing in the FA Cup semi-final. That's it. That's when I would love to see him return. And it's really a very huge blow that even Garnacho is away. But the good thing is that God has blessed us with other players like Facundo Pellistri. They are present. Sancho is present, meaning that they are now going to be tussling in for that position. And Sancho has a chance to prove to Erik ten Hag that I can play as a left attacking midfielder as Antoine Martial leads the line. So to me, I believe it's really positivity that is really thriving at Manchester United, and we call in for lots and lots of more hopes coming in from Marcus Rashford and the players that are really returning back from injury. But today, Marcus Rashford has gone ahead to give us hope of him returning. He's telling us that plenty in the tank. That's what Marcus Rashford is telling us, that he still has plenty more left in his tank. So let's not worry about him, meaning that maybe he got positive news from the scan before it has been really revealed, because the scan was conducted yesterday, and maybe Marcus Rashford knows that he's not going to be out for so long. So he has been that player that has overturned his bad injury record for the previous seasons into a progressive, non-injury prone season, because he has gone ahead, I think, to miss only, was it 1 game of Manchester United this season? You know, only 1 game. Out of the many games he played, I think Rashford is going to play close to 46 games of Manchester United. So it shows you how much energy Rashford has been putting in to really come in and really thrive at Manchester United. But it's a big blow. You know, he has gone ahead to score 28 goals for Manchester United. Everything that we've managed to do or not do this season, it has been because of Marcus Rashford. But there is another positivity that is into this, that by the time Marcus Rashford got an injury in the game of Everton, he just created an assist, and Antoine Martial found himself on target, meaning that we had goals coming in from different sources. That is really a very huge positive for Manchester United, that we need to see our goals evenly distributed. Now, in his absentia, who is really going to raise? Is it going to be Antoine Martial? Is it going to be Anthony? Is it going to be Sancho? Is it going to be Bruno Fernandes? Is it going to be Sabitzer? Who is it going to be? I think people are going to score goals, because Eriksen is a player who is coming in back to playing that double pivot and obviously create very many chances. Remember this season he went on injury. he sustained that injury against Reading after putting in close to 7 assists this season and had close to 3 goals. That is Eriksen for you. So it shows you how important he is for the club of Manchester United, and he can't really stop scoring and really creating more. So with him, I think we're going to be having more creativity, and with Anton Martial at the pinnacle of our attack, obviously things are really going to be going all well for Manchester United. Now lastly, let's talk about Casemiro, who is returning to play for Manchester United on Thursday and on Sunday. His ban came to an end against a side known as Everton. He never played for Fulham in the FA Cup tie. He never played against Newcastle. He never played against Brentford. He never played against Everton. Now, out of those 4 games, we've lost 1 and won 3. You know, it shows you how good it has been without Casemiro, maybe. But that game of Newcastle maybe would have gone ahead to win it if at all Casemiro was there. No doubt, because the midfield was abysmal. Now, Casemiro was pleasantly surprised when Manchester United coach Eric Ramsey for the first time at Carrington last year. Was pleasantly surprised when meeting Manchester United coach Eric Ramsey for the first time at Carrington last year. Casemiro was unable to speak English. He was greeted by Ramsey, who speaks fluent Spanish. Now, Eric Ramsey was signed or brought in at Manchester United by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as a set-piece manager, but he's one of the staffs that Erik ten Hag really kept, and I think because of his language and the way he proved to Erik ten Hag that I can really have a lot of potages that are really going to be helping you into what we call your set pieces, and it really went down well for a player or a manager known as Erik ten Hag, and he kept him through, and he surprised Casemiro with him being able to speak Spanish. So guys, your thoughts on Sabitzer pushing for United permanent stay are welcome in the comment section below. Rashford has undergone a scan. Let us your thoughts. Let us know about your thoughts about that. And Casemiro, how he was surprised by the set-piece manager of Manchester United. A sign out for now. See you later. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly. A sign out for now. See you later. It's a good morning coming in from Rock and David and all the staff of United Matters channel. I'm out.